What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, we're going to be going over a brand new Riddler Riddle update, and I'm incredibly excited to talk about this day. And we actually have about 3 new riddles to go through, so this is going to be a pretty heavy episode. A lot of theory crafting going on here, and I'm incredibly excited because this is some of the most fun of leading up to a brand new Pokemon game, is thinking about what's actually going to be in the game. And Riddler is a very legitimate source. His sources were fantastic for Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Pokemon Legends Arceus. Of course, guys, if you enjoy this type of content, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment. I really do appreciate all the interactions with you guys. You guys are phenomenal. So, to start this off, Riddler tweeted, "Halftime, guys. We are on the halfway right now. Still no correct answers. Any clue on what I'm going to tell you?" So, no one has guessed his latest riddle. And to give you guys some context, this is what he tweeted. This is the Lugia wing, which we discussed in my previous riddle video. And I went on a tangent talking about how, what if we got a new Lugia variant and all that? I still think that could potentially happen, but I think this riddle is going a lot deeper, and he is a Riddler, so we got to look at this at a different level, a deeper level of thought. And I still want a Shadow Lugia. I still think a regional Lugia could happen, but I don't necessarily think this riddle is for Lugia itself. So he actually replied to this tweet with another tweet, and it was just this. It was literally just this picture. No tweet, no context, nothing at all. So people on the internet scoured and searched, and well, this is what we found. Well, if we look at the image here, right? We look at Kyogre and we look at this fin. We can see that this has spots on it, right? There's little brown, little speckles on this, right? Has a little blue outline. Well, when you look at Kyogre, you can actually see the same speckles right on this fin right here. And actually, all the fins have it. If you look at a further out picture, you can see how all the fins have some, they're not clean white. There's like a little bit of speckles going on here. But also, like, there's the same blue outline around little tips here. So this is very important that, yes, it hinted at Lugia before, and it hinted at Lugia before with a little fingertip. Little fingertips, right? That's one tip. And now we got a little tip of Kyogre. So we're sort of looking at, okay, Pokemon of the sea, but they're not showing the full Pokemon. They're just showing little tips. So would this mean a Kyogre thing? How are Lugia and Kyogre connected? Well, you know, while we're thinking about that, we move on to the next one, where he also just tweets another image right after the Kyogre one, right? And now we just got a triangle. So what does this triangle actually mean? Well, when we look at the triangle, we can determine, just like with Lugia and Kyogre, there's another Pokemon that this triangle actually fits perfectly well with the official Pokemon art. And that is Groudon, actually. Groudon, actually, the exact point is right here. Right on this spike. As you can see, it's a triangle, but it's a little bit cut off. Well, it's actually cut off right when it touches Groudon's little face part right here. So that is the exact point of Groudon's spike. So what? We got 3 different Pokemon right now. 1 from Gen 2, 2 from Gen 3. No real connection between these Pokemon now. Like before, Lugia and Kyogre, you know, hey, masters of the sea, right? Sea Pokemon, sea legendaries. But now Groudon's on here. So I'm like, what is actually happening? Well, what we can conclude at this point is it's all white. We're only talking about white things, right? Only white, no colors. It's just been appendages of legendary Pokemon, box legendary Pokemon from past games. So what we're looking at most likely is, one, we know this is all in reference to Ku's last tweets about what the legendary mascots are going to be, what the mascot Pokemon are, which are always going to be the legendaries, right? So that we know that. So he's using the legendaries to make sure, well, we've got to be thinking about legendary Pokemon. But we're talking about their appendages, their spikes, things that are coming off of them. Like, it could have very easily been Groudon's toes or his claws, in my opinion. But they picked the spike, so I wonder why, right? But we're keeping in mind, white is a very important color here. And then we got another one. He does another tweet just like that after the Groudon. You can't actually see this unless you click on it, but it is a claw from Itex, a little spike. And this actually ends up being Rayquaza's fingertip, which is pretty awesome. I believe it actually ends up being, I think it's this one right here. It's really cool that, you know, someone was able to snipe this really quickly. But once again, another legendary Pokemon, and we got a fingertip, another appendage of a legendary Pokemon. So we got 4 appendages so far. Very interesting. And they're all white. All white. Another thing to keep in mind, they're all white. So what does color actually have to do with this? Well, the games are called Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And yeah, they're Scarlet and Violet are colors, but they're also referring to UV light, right? Like ultraviolet light, so UV. And we're also looking at infrared light, which would be technically scarlet. You know, the color scarlet would be an infrared light. So light means a lot in this case. And there's an image here, which right here, showing just the different Pokemon with a different appendage. And, you know, seems like, okay, like we got these different shapes to them. I think this shape stuff does not matter. The important thing is legendary Pokemon. Number 1, legendary Pokemon. Number 2, the color white is the selected photos. And number 3, the color of the legendary itself. The color of the legendary itself. So when we actually think about these different colors, you know, we can start thinking about colors, how they're made and how they're combined. So we can look at RGB here, right? Roy G. Biv, which is essentially the color spectrum. So if you have the color white, we get blue, and we also have red, and we also have green. And this is how we make all colors in the RGB scale. Well, Lugia is white, right? Lugia is a white Pokemon. Kyogre is blue. Groudon is red. Rayquaza is green. We got RGB right there. So we're already talking about light. We know it's going to be very important because of the ultraviolet rays and the infrared rays, essentially what the logos are hinting at. And that the legendary Pokemon has to do with these lights in some way, shape, or form. So maybe one of the box legendaries has to do with RGB light, and the other one has to do with CMYK light. And the difference between these two is you can getting colors of RGB is you have white and you're getting more light to it, right? You're just adding light to colors. This is the exact opposite. You're actually removing light from colors on this color spectrum. And that's why black's in the middle, which is black is the absence of white and white is the absence of black, essentially. And going back as well, when I was talking about appendages, because we can see in this image here, all the different appendages. But what if the Pokemon not only has to deal with light rays, which I really think it will also deal with combining, like a Chimera. A Chimera is a legendary mythical beast, is found in Europe, which the Iberian Peninsula, which is Spain and Portugal. Yes, there is lore on chimeras there. There could be something about confusing different things together because we are just getting different parts of different legendary Pokemon. And what if this Pokemon is a fusion? So looking at Riddler Q's original tweet, he says we're halfway there, and this is what he most recently tweeted, and we have 4 images. So we're expecting another 4 more images, right? So I believe that these 4 images, I think the next 4 are going to be from the second mascot Pokemon, and it's probably going to be a different set of colors. But the other thing I believe is that these are fusions of a Chimera, and it's probably going to be different types of Pokemon sort of fused together, or at least different features of legendary Pokemon. But another theory is, what if said Pokemon is actually a big spider? Because when we think about halfway, he could be talking about one legendary Pokemon. What if, because it's 4 appendages, a spider has 8, and the next 4 are just more appendages? What if it's just 8 appendages? Spiders have 8 legs. We could be seeing a brand new spider Pokemon as a legendary Pokemon. It could be a bug dragon. It could be something cool. We would love a bug dragon. And the last thing I want to leave up on is talking about light and how light works. I already mentioned this, but brief thing. Lugia being the color white, what comes out of a prism when white light enters it is a rainbow. And this is the visible spectrum, right? RGB is the visible spectrum. These are the colors we see. Groudon will be red. Kyogre would be blue, Rayquaza would be green. These are all the colors that are in RGB, which is why when we look at the color scale here, this could be the first box legendary, and the second box legendary would be using the CMYK version of this. My theory is we know what sort of the first legendary is going to be based on, the RGB scale, and then the second one's gonna be CMYK. However, I would think it'd be pretty cool if we could somehow get a spider from this. A bug dragon spider legendary would be phenomenal. Some people were saying they saw like a web image at the end of the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet initial trailer. There's like a little web, but when I was looking for it, I didn't personally see anything. So I think the spider thing is a little bit out there, but I really think this RGB versus CMYK will be the main themes of visible versus invisible light for Scarlet and Violet. Well, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll be covering more rumors, especially when Riddler Coup releases his next 4 images. I'll make another video on that, and hopefully we'll figure out this riddle together. Of course, let me know in the comment section below what you think about this. Anyways, guys, peace out, and have a great one.